This is my 1985 Volkswagen Vanagon, and it's a piece of shit. 0.00000000625% of the world's population will find this video helpful. Actually, a smaller percentage because not everyone owns Vanagon. I live in this car and it's not the most reliable, so I want to share some of the tools I keep with me on the road to keep it going. A few years ago, I made the stupid decision to buy a Volkswagen. With that came a lot of spare parts and tools. I needed somewhere to store all that stuff, so I got this roof box. It's an alu box and it fits perfectly in the roof section of this Vanagon. As you can tell, it's kind of a mess right now because I actually use these tools a lot. So I've got extra grease, I've got some electrical stuff to use, and some random bits and bobs like filters, some sandals, and a whole lot of tools. Here's everything spread out in an organized fashion, all the way down to the spare axles. All right, I've accumulated so much over the years, whenever something breaks, I end up having to buy something new. So here is what I have. Here is a full toolbox with all the sockets and all the deep sockets that you'll ever need. I've bought a couple ratchets because they always break and I misuse them, but you could probably get away with most things you need to do on your van just with this. I, however, have a lot more. So in this box, I have some spare bolts and stuff. Or actually, I think these are injectors. So I have those for some reason. I have a main seal of some sort, probably for a bearing, extra grease for the axles, a couple miscellaneous electrical components, and empty wrappers. Oh, here is a fuel temperature sensor for the ALH engine. Some more wheel bearing grease just in case. Multiple things to pair the electrical system. Oh, here's some easy out extractors because, you know, you never know when you're gonna need these. A variety of fuses, more electrical stuff, and some heat shrink. I have a reflective vest. I actually got this from work, but it's great for using on the side of the road. I have a breaker bar, some Allen bits, and some more Torx bits, a large crescent wrench, and some gasket maker. In this box, I have some spare parts for my fridge, and this switch for my inverter that I never installed. This big box here houses 2 complete spare axles that I'm not gonna pull out. They have the 944 CVs on there with the Rockford boots and the stock axles. This is the jack handle for my tractor jack that fell off. I have this bag that houses all my tools. I've got a big hammer, a small hammer somewhere, some Milwaukee impacts, and an electric ratchet that I love. Over here we have some more of these Allen things. This spare part here is actually a light switch to go on my dash. I have some random hangers here and some upper shock bushings. And these ones I believe are some polyurethane upper shock bushings that I forgot I had. A variety of ohm meters, and it looks like some more electrical components are in this bag. Moving on with some more electrical stuff. Grease. I'm not too sure what this is. I would never go anywhere without some tire plugs. Here's some sealant for my bike tire. Tin snips always come in handy. Here's the extension for my WeBoost antenna. I have a hand saw and a C-clamp, and I don't know why I have this, but this is a torque wrench. And of course, if you own a TDI, you can't go anywhere without some extra vacuum hose. That pretty much sums up everything that lives in this top roof box, but wait, there's more in the back. If this already looks like a lot of tools too, just know I'm homeless, it's winter, and I don't want to order parts every 2 weeks. And just like that, everything fits nicely, as snug as a bug in a box. Actually, every time I put everything in this box, it goes back a new way every time. But before I do that, I want to make some lunch because I'm getting pretty hungry. I've lived in cars and SUVs, but I will say nothing can beat this right here. Just being able to pull up and cook some good, delicious brunch, even though that might be a little bit burned. No, this thing doesn't have a washer or dryer or bathroom. Actually, this is where I go to the bathroom, but we won't talk about that. But for what it does have, it's really nice. We'll take a closer look at the rest of my tools. Oh look, we have neighbors. There are so many different vehicles out there that don't require you to work on them, but you know what? I just like getting my hands dirty sometimes. And the beautiful thing about a Volkswagen is that you could customize it to however you'd like it to be. But just like with any vehicle, the more you do to it and the more you customize it to try and make it better for off-road or just like long distance travel, it doesn't really help the drivability and the reliability for it per se. Especially with all the parts that are out on the market nowadays, they're not the best quality, you know what I'm saying? These canvas bags are from Camper Van Culture and they store a lot of tools. So I've got like my go-to items up here, so like a fuel filter removal tool, some other stuff. Oh, this is for like setting the timing on the TDI engine. And then down here, I've got a variety of, open end wrenches that are also ratcheting. And if we take a look inside here, now mind you, it's not the cleanest because I haven't cleaned. But right here, okay, so I've got a few extra parts, tools, and other fluids and stuff for this engine. Now you can see I reached the bottom of the barrel on this power steering fluid, so I'm gonna need that, throw that away. I also have brake fluid, a towel for drying, some white lithium grease, this stuff is awesome for those joints, some more power steering fluid, duct tape, and this oversized bottle jack that I got from Home Depot because I don't want to pull out my tractor jack every single time I need it. So if I get stuck or if I just need towed anywhere, I have this rope. Now this is just what I carry in my van because over the years I've realized how unreliable that has been. Now I'm not saying that you're gonna need every single piece of tool that I have for your vehicle, whether it be a Vanagon or a Sprinter or, well, Sprinters don't need anything because they're perfect already. All I'm saying is it's really good to have enough tools to be able to get yourself out of those sticky situations when you're either living in it or just going on a huge trip somewhere far, far away. And when you're far out into the backcountry and you do need that specific tool, whether it be a specialty tool or even just something simple like a crescent wrench, and you don't have it, then you're in trouble. There's no way I would take this unreliable thing on any big road trip without having the necessary tools to stay on the road. And we might be crazy, but hey, Volkswagen people stick together. So if you don't have that special tool, then you could probably find one within like a 20-mile radius. Now that I've shown you my tools, I'm curious to see what special tool that you bring on your adventures. Leave a comment in the description below if there's anything out of the ordinary that you keep in your Westfalia or Econoline or Sprinter. Okay, you caught me. I don't care what you have in your Sprinter. But check out this sunset. Just absolutely insane. This right here is why I suffer, why I live in a van. And it doesn't matter if you live in a Volkswagen or Econoline or any van out there. It could be reliable, unreliable, but as long as you know how it works and what goes into how it works. Like if you do your own projects, opposed to taking it to a shop, like do that oil change, do that tire rotation, turn a wrench, and you'll start to learn what tools you need and what tools you don't need. Because I probably don't need a lot of tools that I have right now, but throughout the years, I've acquired so much from doing a bunch of little projects like that, and now I have everything I need to do pretty much anything on the road, full time, and I don't ever need to take it to a shop. So in conclusion, you don't need a bunch of tools, just your basic set of hand tools will do the job just fine. Until you do need those tools, maybe carry a few extra things than you regularly would. Like I carry spare axles because the axles in a lifted Vanagon will go out. They will. They 1000% will. And upper shock bushings go out all the time. Wheel bearings go out all the time. I have extra wheel bearings and extra wheel bearing seals. I think in one of my cabinets somewhere I have extra fuel filters. I even have an extra oil filter and oil so I could do my own oil change. I go to the parts store and get a little oil catch can. I use it at the cheapest one. I use it at the parts store in their parking lot, and then I dump it out, recycle the oil at the parts store, and then throw that $2 oil catch can away in their trash can. It's so much cheaper, and it allows me to take a deeper look at some of the other things that are in the van, like the bushings and all the oil leaks that this thing has. The list goes on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, kind of a different video. No, I don't usually talk like this. It's just fun. I'll see you guys tomorrow.